They enter every hole in her body, both father and son, for 5 good years until she passed on. Her name is Ochanya Elizabeth Ogbanje. She's from a village in Benue State. She came from a family of 11 and she's the last born. This whole story started when she was 6 years. She came from a very poor background. There was no money for school, and on her growing up, the only primary school that she was attending as at that time, there was a little strike or midterm break in that primary school. Why? Because government didn't pay the teachers, so all the teachers went for strike. So there was no money for her to attend private school. But her parents didn't give up. They didn't allow their poverty or their poor background to hold their children's education. So they tried to make sure say she further her education in any means. That's why they push her, they gave her to her auntie to go and stay with her with the promise that she will further her education there. The auntie name was Felicia Ogoja, and she was married to this man, Andrew Ogoja. Andrew Ogoja is a lecturer in Polytechnic Makurdi, and the two of them have children, a boy and a girl, and the boy was still in university. Unknown to them, they have a predator in the house, which is Victor Ogoja, that their son. Every time Victor Ogoja is off from school, he always forcefully enter this little girl, Ochanya, when nobody is at home. He did it for so many times, and one of the day, their sister entered the house unknowingly when he met Victor Ogoja forcefully entering Ochanya, and immediately that their younger sister went to report to the father. But when they reported to the father didn't take any action. Rather, the father joined Victor Ogoja in the act. Two of them was doing it to her for so long until to the extent she developed an infection. They were treating the infection. When they discovered that they could no longer withstand the sickness, they have to involve the parents. When the parents came to take her from the hospital to the village to see if they can use native on her, since medical couldn't work, it was when Ochanya feel free and feel at home. She feels she can open up to tell the parents what was happening to her. She told the parents that Victor Ochanya and the father were the ones that was entering her. They were entering her without her notice. They were entering her right from time. They were the ones that made her to develop that sickness. Before she passed on, this was what she said on the internet.
When I was 5 years old, I went to my mother's sister's house to school because there was no school in my village. So when I went there, when I was 8, the son started. Then when the sister caught him, the sister then reported him to the father. Then the father scolded at him, and that was when the father started.
Those were the words she lived on the internet before she passed on. On the 17th of October 2018, Ochanya Elizabeth Ogbanje, she passed on. She lost her life. When the story broke out, the auntie claimed she knows nothing about what was going on. The auntie said she don't know anything about what the girl was saying. And the uncle claimed he was innocent. The uncle said he was innocent about all the allegations and claim. And since that time, the little boy Victor was nowhere to be found. He ran away, he fled. No one could locate him from that time. And the parents took the matter to the station. From the station, they have to involve lawyers, and they took the matter to court. Despite this little girl did an interview before she passed on, there in the court, the judge said that there was no clear evidence for them to use to back up their claims because the medical report or the test results all was hidden because they were the one that was paying for the bills and the result was in their hand. So they hid it, they didn't provide it in the court. So as a result of this, the man was released and the woman was charged, was sentenced to 5 months in prison. Mind you, 5 months, not 5 years, not 10 years, 5 months in prison for all what they did to this little girl. This story is so pathetic. This story is so touching. When a fan sent me this story last night with the full details that I should talk about it, Omo, I was surprised. I was shocked. Why could this happen to this little girl? Why did this little girl's life has to be short? Oh, her life was cut short. Nothing to write home about. No child, no marriage, nothing. They wasted this little girl's life. This is so touching and pathetic. There's no much I can say at this point, rather to say justice for Ochanya. Justice for Ochanya. I call on Human Rights Commission. I call on Women Corporate Affairs Commission. I call on NAPTIP. I call on all the human rights activists, all the voice of the voiceless. I call on you people, all the bloggers. I call on you people. You people should come to this case. We really need to speak. We really need to get justice for this girl. We cannot just watch this case be swept under the carpet because their family don't have money, because their family don't have anybody. Please, I call on all the organization that speaks for women, that speak for children. I call on you. NAPTIT, I call on you. All the Human Rights Commission, I call on you. All the human rights activists, I call on you. You people should come. Let's come together to give Ochanya justice. Justice for Ochanya. Justice for Ochanya. We need to give this girl justice so that wherever she is, she will be proud to be a Nigerian. So that wherever she is, she will be proud as a Nigerian. Please, let's give this girl justice. Justice for Ochanya. Please share this video, make it go viral so that other people will put mouth in this matter. Let's get justice for their family. Let's get justice for Ochanya's family. Justice to Ochanya Elizabeth Ogbanje. Justice for her.
Justice for Ochanya. Justice for Ochanya.
Justice for Ochanya. Justice for Ochanya.